Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about the 4 books I chose from my huge stack of books to bring to South Africa because yes, we are going to South Africa today. Our family is headed out early this afternoon on a plane to Atlanta and then from Atlanta to Johannesburg. 15 hours and 40 minutes on the plane, but yes. So we're going to talk about that, and we're also going to talk about goal setting success. So good morning, so glad to have you here with me today. I can do this. Alrighty, hope everyone else is having a great morning. I have to tell you all that last night we went to our Monday group, which every Monday we get together with a group of people who have become dear friends. It's 6 different families and we get together pretty much every Monday. And so last night we get there and we walk in and they have all these streamers up and they have balloons and they have a banner that says happy birthday, and I'm walking in thinking, oh no. Oh my goodness, whose birthday are we celebrating tonight? I missed the memo. I can't believe it. I must have missed a text, and I'm like freaking out internally thinking, I didn't know it was somebody's birthday. We should have brought cards. And then I turn around the corner and they're all standing there. They're like, happy birthday. And I'm sitting there going, oh yeah, it's my birthday this week. I completely forgot. So that was really fun. But anyway, that was so sweet of them, and they had gone to so much effort just to show me that they love me. So if you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. If you could leave a comment with your name and let me know that you're new, I'd love to give you a shout out. Thank you guys. McKenna, thank you. I hope your move went well. Thank you all for the happy birthday wishes. You guys are so sweet. I'm excited because I get to celebrate my birthday in South Africa. It's kind of the biggest gift that my husband could have given me. Yes. So anyway, thank you all guys. So today we are going to talk about the 4 books that I am bringing with me to South Africa, because if you missed my other scope or my Instagram post, I had this massively tall stack of books that I wanted to bring that I had to choose from. And I was going to choose 3, but I ended up choosing 4 because I couldn't help myself. Welcome, Erin. We're so glad to have. Please point us where on your website is the list of books you've read. I don't have a list of all the books that I read on my site, but if you go to my Pinterest board, that is pinterest.com/MSM blog, there are boards with all of the books that I've read for the past 3 years. So there's like the books that I've read in 2013, books I've read in 2014, books I've read in 2015. So you can see that. Welcome, Sherry. So glad to have you here. So for those of you who are new, my name is Crystal Payne, and I am the founder of MoneySavingMom, as well as the New York Times bestselling author of Say Goodbye to Survival Mode. This is my book. Someone asked where you could find my old scopes, and that is at catch.me/MoneySavingMom. So KATCH/MoneySavingMom. Welcome, Misty from Atlanta. We're glad to have you here. So I am also the creator of the 14-day online course called Make Over Your Mornings, and that's at makeoveryourmornings.com. And if you scroll down all the way to the bottom of the page at makeoveryourmornings.com, you can type in your name and email address, and you can get the first day for free. I'm also married to Jesse. We've been married for 12.5 years, and we have 3 kids. Catherine is 10. Caitlin is 8 and Silas is 6. Welcome, you made it live. Special thanks to your son for waking you up early. Good morning. Oh, Jenny, I'm so glad that you're enjoying Make Over Your Mornings. And we live in the Nashville, Tennessee area, and we homeschool. And we are self-employed entrepreneurs. So I homeschool in the morning while my husband works, and he homeschools in the afternoon while I work. So that's a little bit about us. Find the list of books that I was choosing from for the plane or something else. Let me know what you're referring to, and I'll try to answer your question. I just realized that I didn't have this email pulled up that I had meant to have pulled up, so I'm going to pull that up really quickly. Alrighty, so the 4 books that I am bringing with me. The reading. That is, so my reading list from I think it's 2013, 2014, 2015, I have Pinterest boards where I've pinned all of the books that I have read in the last 3 years. So that is at pinterest.com/MSM There's a little person lurking behind me. Yes, that would be Caitlin. Caitlin, you want to come say hi? I don't know if she's said hi on my scope before. You say hi? Can you get in the, so we can see you? Say hi. She just woke up. She is packing. Yay, Mackenzie, so fun to see you here. Thank you for sharing that, the link. Okay, so let me pull this up really quickly because I usually try to be all organized and I wasn't completely organized today. But I'm packing for a trip, so I guess I get a pass. Okay. Alrighty, so the 4 books that I chose to bring with me to South Africa, thank you for everyone who gave me some input on what I should bring. It's hard because I love to read and I don't have a Kindle and I don't like to read on an electronic device, and so I have to bring physical books, so then I can't bring very many. So I chose The Devil in Pew number 7, which sounds like an interesting book. My sister told me that I had to read this, so I brought this. Still Alice, which I've heard rave reviews about, and many of my readers recommended this. When God Doesn't Fix It by Laura Story, and Big Little Lies. And this is the one that I am not completely sure. I believe I read another book by her that I really enjoyed. And now, did she write What Alice Forgot? Does anyone know? But I know I'm pretty sure that I read another book by her. But so many people have recommended this book to me, and it sounds like it has some language, and it sounds like it might be a little bit, I'm not sure, but so many people that I highly respect recommended it to me. So I am excited to see that this might be the one that I end up deciding not to read, because I can usually tell within about 20 pages whether it's one I want to read or not. So that's what I chose. Now, some of you might be saying, why on earth did you not pick Unbroken? I mean, hello. Everyone said I had to read Unbroken. Well, here's the deal. I'm going to be on an airplane, and I'm going to be over a whole lot of ocean. And if you know anything about the Unbroken story, there's kind of some intense stuff having to do with an airplane and an ocean. And I thought, you know what? I think that since flying is not my favorite thing in the world as it is, and flying over lots of ocean is not my favorite thing, probably I should save that one for when I'm not on an airplane over an ocean. So that is why I didn't choose that one, but I am totally going to read it. I just decided to pick books that were a little bit more kind of ones that you can get lost in story and hopefully not extremely intense. That was my plan. Hey, sweetie. Okay, can you go ahead and go out and keep packing? Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so those are the 4 books. And if you wanted to see the books that I was choosing from, you can go to my Instagram account, and I have a whole big stack of books. It's Instagram.com/MoneySavingMom. The MoneySavingMom, because I couldn't get MoneySavingMom because someone had already taken it. So Instagram.com/MoneySavingMom. Number 3 was this the one? When God Doesn't Fix It. So there you go. Okay, so I got the idea of today's scope, what I want to talk about, from a question that a reader sent in, and I'm going to read this to you because I think some of you might be able to relate to this. She says, her name is Becky, and she says, I have your book, Say Goodbye to Survival Mode, which this is my book, Say Goodbye to Survival Mode, and she says, I love it. I have noticed lately that I want to and do start everything, but can't seem to finish anything. It seems I can only wholeheartedly focus on one thing at a time, but I want to do so much. Just a couple examples would be that I got a planner and used it for a few months, and then I lost interest. I lost 15 pounds, but gained 10 pounds back. I started to declutter my house and detailed it on a blog, which lasted for a whole 2 months. I coupon in spurts, then stop. I spent 3 months reading a few books a month, and now I can't seem to finish one. I could go on, and this is all just in the last 9 months. I don't know why I have all these ideas that I want to do, but can't seem to find the motivation to finish anything. Got any ideas? So, that is maybe a question that some of you can relate to. Maybe you feel like, I love to start things. I have so many ideas, so much that I want to do, but I keep starting things and I'm never finishing them. So how do you finish things? How do you set goals? How do you, have ambitions, but actually follow through with them? That's what we're going to talk about today. And I thought about this a lot because I think that this is a common problem and I haven't figured it all out. And someone was asking me the other day about self-discipline, and they're saying, you just seem like such a disciplined person. How do you do this? And honestly, I said, you know what? I feel like I'm constantly in this inner battle between my inner disciplinarian and my inner squirrel. It's like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna focus, squirrel, shiny thing, I want to do that, and that just kind of feels like how it is. And I'm in this angst between, I want to be disciplined, but I also have this sort of free spirit inside of me that pops out and it wants to do its own thing too. And so I get it that I am not the best at following through with things too. And I especially was really bad for the first few years of blogging. If you were around my blog for the first few years, you know that I constantly was like, we're going to start this new series. Yay, I'm going to do this new 52-week series or 15-part series or whatever. And I'd do like 3 parts. And then I would, squirrel, shiny thing, something else, and then I'd move on to that. And so I get this, and so I'm sharing from personal experience that I don't have this all figured out, but I have gotten better at it because I actually am finishing series. And I actually, when I introduce something new and say, we're going to try this, kind of like the book club thing, instead of saying, so guys, for the next 50 weeks, here are the 50 books we're going to read. That would have been Crystal from 5 years ago. I would have set out all the books and set myself up for failure. And so I've gotten smarter maybe about my personality. It's not that necessarily I've gotten more disciplined, I don't know, but I've gotten smarter about not setting unrealistic expectations for myself, and also following these 4 tips that I want to share. One is to set one goal. Set one goal. So much of the time, we set ourselves up for failure by setting this long list of all these goals, because you'll feel like, my life is out of control, I need to do something. And so then we think, okay, I'm going to overhaul my life overnight. And so we set up this long list of all these changes that we're going to make right now. But you know what? We can't do that. You cannot overhaul your life overnight. Set one goal. Say for the next 3 weeks or the next 6 weeks or the next 3 months, this is the one thing that I am going to do. Now, obviously you have to do other things, but I'm saying this is the priority that I am going to focus on. So she mentioned weight loss. She mentioned cleaning her house. She mentioned reading. Think through all the different changes that you want to make and then pick one. Pick the one that you feel like is going to make the biggest difference. Maybe that is getting up every morning and spending 15 minutes to exercise. Maybe that's going to bed early. Maybe that's creating a time block to-do list every day. Maybe that is investing in relationships. I don't know. You think through all of those things that you want to do. And then choose the one thing that you feel like is going to make the biggest difference. And then set a time frame for that one goal. Yes, 21 days to make a new habit. Actually, you know what? There is research out there that says that the 3 weeks thing is not really, I don't know. There's a lot of conflicting research out there. But I would say try it for 21 days. Conflicting research as far as like, is it really 3 weeks to build a habit, or does it take 6 weeks, or does it take 2 months, But I say start with 3 weeks. You can do anything for 3 weeks, but take today and say, today I'm going to do this. And then tomorrow I'm going to do this. And then the next day I'm going to do this. It could be different for everyone, but start with a time frame that feels manageable. Like I said, don't pick 50 books for the next 50 weeks. Start small. Set one goal. Do one thing at a time, but then keep a running list. Keep a running list of all these other things. So as you think of, I want to change this, and I want to fix this, and I want to do this, and I want to build this habit, write it down on a running list. And then when that first goal is either completed or it's something that has become a habit in your life, you can move on to the next thing. But don't move on until you've finished the goal or stuck it out, and as long as you said you would. And maybe you decide, you know, I want to lose 25 pounds. And maybe at the end of a year, you decide, you know what? I'm good with 20 pounds. So I have finished that goal and now I'm going to move on. Sometimes you can tweak your goal and you can change it. It's okay. But you need to follow through and finish before you move on. So keep a running list and make it time bound. Someone said, do you redo 21 days if you fail at day 20? I think you can. I think at the end of 3 weeks or 6 weeks, whatever time you've set, then decide. Decide at the end of that 3 weeks, is this something that's really making an impact on my life? Do I need to tweak this goal? Do I need to redo it? Or should I just keep doing it for another 3 weeks because I feel like it's making an impact? I feel like I'm really happy with the direction that I'm going, but I need another 3 weeks with this. So really think about, what is that one goal that's going to make the biggest difference? Make it time bound so that it's not like, well, I think I want to lose weight. That is not going to cause you to lose weight. You need to say, in the next 3 months, I am going to lose 8 pounds. Set a number, set a time frame. That is how you finish a goal. So pick the one goal and make sure it's time bound. 2, find accountability for that goal. You have to have accountability. No man is an island. You were made for community. So that community can look different ways. It doesn't have to be someone who texts you every morning, but it could be. It doesn't have to be blogging about it, but it could be. It doesn't have to be what works for someone else. Figure out what works for you. Maybe that is making a chart and putting it on your refrigerator. Maybe that is downloading an app like the Habit Tracker app. Maybe that's downloading that to your phone and checking in every day and checking it off. Maybe that's asking a friend to call you every day at a certain time and say, did you follow through with that goal you set for today? Figure out what works for you. If you're trying to lose weight and you say, I want to get up every morning and I want to exercise, maybe you call your friend and you say, could we get up and exercise every morning at the same time? Could either we meet together or we're going to commit to every morning at the same time from across the country, we're going to exercise and then we're going to check in with each other. You need to have accountability. That could also be just posting publicly on your Facebook page. Posting publicly and saying, I did this today, or I'm going to do this for the next 3 weeks, and then every day checking in. For me, blogging about my goals is huge accountability because putting it out there means that I am motivated to follow through with it. So figure out what that accountability is going to look like. Maybe that's joining a group. Someone said the Commit app. That's a really great app. Or maybe that's joining a group. For instance, Make Over Your Mornings, my 14-day online course. Last night I posted about a blogger who's going to be going through the course every single day for the next 14 days, and she'd love for you to join her. So if you've been wanting to go through the Make Over Your Mornings course and you feel like I want a group to go through it with, then how about going over to my blog, MoneySavingMom.com, checking out the link to her blog and reading about that and having that accountability of checking in every day with a group of people who are going through the course together. Figure out what works for you, what kind of accountability is going to motivate you, and then put that in place. So number 1, set one goal. Number 2, find accountability for that goal. Number 3, reward yourself regularly. You have to reward yourself in order to stay the course. If you just go, and you never take time to celebrate your success, to just sit and just soak up the progress that you've made, you're going to be exhausted.
So reward yourself regularly. What would make you highly motivated? Think about that. What would make you highly motivated? Put that in place. So maybe that is at the end of 3 weeks. If I get this done, I'm going to have coffee with a friend, or I'm going to buy myself a new coloring book if you're into grown-up coloring like I am. Or maybe that is I'm going to hire a babysitter, and for 2 hours I'm gonna just go out and go shopping by myself. Or maybe that's I'm gonna do something that I love to do. I'm gonna give myself that permission. What is, I love a one-time house cleaning. Ooh, that's a great idea. And you know, in Groupon, you can oftentimes get a really, really inexpensive voucher for a one-time house cleaning. So it doesn't have to be something that's very expensive, but think about what would motivate you. And I would set your reward based upon your goal. So let's say that you lost 5 pounds. Your reward, one, should not be go eat a big piece of chocolate cake. But your reward should also not be some massively huge thing, unless, of course, you've been trying to lose 5 pounds for 50 years or something. But if you lose 50 pounds, then it should be something really monumental. Just like if you paid off $50,000. If you do something really monumental, then make sure that the reward is in kind. But when it's the smaller little steps, you know, because how do you lose 50 pounds? By losing 1 pound and 5 pounds. So it's those small little steps. So celebrate the little small steps along the way, and then have a huge celebration at the end if you finish some big massive goal. But what would make you highly motivated? Maybe it's just downloading an app. Like, when I had my 3 babies, I always gained 30 pounds with my pregnancies. And I'm small and I'm petite, almost. I'm 5'3.4. Have to have the 0.4, 5'3.4, because that's really important, people. But anyway, I'm small and I'm short, and so 30 pounds on me is a lot of weight. So once I had the baby, then there was still a lot of weight there that had to come off. I struggled, especially, I've talked about this, in the first 6 months, weight just would not come off of me. But I still made myself eat well and exercise because I'm nursing a baby, but also because I knew that if I ate well and I exercised, then at the end of 6 months, it would be much easier for me to lose the weight. Something about how my body works. But I would use Spark People. And this was really before there were, smartphones, especially with my first pregnancy, and apps and all that. But the Spark People website, sparkpeople.com, they had where you could track your progress. And so not only would I track everything that I was eating, all the exercise that I was doing, and I would see the calories that I had ingested and the calories that I had burned, and that was highly motivational for me. But also, every time I lost weight, I could, I would, on the little tracker, it would move. And so you saw your weight going down. And something for me about being able to put those numbers in when I weighed in and being able to see that line just going down a tiny little bit, that was highly motivational for me. And that was such a reward. So a reward doesn't have to be that you go buy something or even that you do something. Maybe it's just that you find a way that you are being accountable, but it's also rewarding to you. So, number 1, set one goal. Number 2, find accountability for that goal. Number 3, reward yourself regularly. And number 4, give yourself grace. You cannot be a total slave driver with yourself. You cannot allow yourself to be your worst critic and to be feeding yourself with wrong and shameful messaging. You need to give yourself grace. So you need to understand that life is going to happen, that there are going to be hiccups, that there are going to be some times when you're just going to have to set that goal aside for the day. Maybe you set a goal that you're going to exercise every single day. I know we're talking about a lot of fitness and exercise, but we'll just go with it. Maybe you set a goal that you're going to exercise every single day. Well, then your child is sick and up all night, and then you're exhausted. It's okay to say the next day, you know what? I'm going to take the day off, or I'm only going to exercise for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Give yourself grace. Now, don't give yourself too much grace that then you're falling off the bandwagon, but make sure that you give yourself grace and listen to your body and fire that inner critic so that you aren't pushing yourself and being a slave driver to the point of exhausting yourself and being stressed and frustrating everyone around you. Because what's the point of hitting your goal if by the time you get there, you're run over for dead and you have run over everyone in your life in the process? So make sure you give yourself that grace and that breathing room so that you don't exhaust yourself in the process, because otherwise you're not going to stay the course. So take it slow and steady. Slow and steady always wins the race. So set that one goal. Find the accountability for the goal. Reward yourself regularly as you hit those goals or those mile markers. And 4, give yourself grace. Don't compare yourself to other people. That is one way to give yourself grace, is to not compare yourself to other people and to compare yourself only with yourself. Celebrate the progress you're making instead of comparing it to the progress someone else is making and feeling discouraged. So those are the 4 things I want to share with you today. If you hopped on and you missed the books that I'm taking on my trip to South Africa, I'm going to share those with you really quickly. Number 1 is When God Doesn't Fix It by Laura Story. Number 2 is Still Alice. Number 3, The Devil in Pew Number 7, which my sister has told me is can't put down, that kind of book, and Big Little Lies. So I haven't read any of those, but they've been highly recommended. I also had one more thing that I wanted to say that I meant to say at the beginning, but I forgot. And that is that my new book, Money Making Mom, which I'm so excited about, how every woman can earn more and make a difference. This comes out November 3rd. And if you would like to be on our launch team, we are currently accepting launch team member applications, and we're going to accept 1,000 of them. So if you would like to be on the launch team for Money Making Mom, we would love to have you apply. I will be randomly choosing, so if you don't get chosen, we might only have 1,000 people apply. I don't really know. Last time we had, I think it was about 2,500. So most people were able to get in, but Money Making Mom comes out November 3rd, and if you go to MoneySavingMom.com, my blog, you can apply to be on our launch team. And what that means is that you will get a pre-release copy of the book emailed to you, and then you will get to be part of this exclusive team of people who are helping to promote the book and who are helping us as we kind of bat around ideas, and we do the best that we can to get this message out to the world. And so we're also going to ask you to write a review on either Amazon or Barnes & Noble, and you'll be able to be part of a private Facebook group and get kind of an exclusive peek into the whole process of launching a book. And you'll be the forefront of the launch of this book. So that is at MoneySavingMom.com if you'd like to join the launch team for Money Making Mom. We would love to have you apply. And also I'll just mention that you don't have to have a huge following. You don't have to have a bunch of Facebook followers or a big blog to be part of the team. We just want people who are passionate about this message, who especially we're looking for people who are longtime readers who know me and my message, and that you can kind of be our banner bearers for this message, and you'll be willing to read the book and help review it and help share it with your friends. You don't have to, Sue said I don't do Facebook. You don't have to have Facebook because there's an exclusive Facebook group, but you don't have to be a part of that. We'll email you with all the details. So anyway, go to MoneySavingMom.com if you'd like to join and be a part of that. Yes, an intentional choice, Sue, is good for you. I use Facebook just for, I have an account, an incognito account that I use to run my Facebook page for Money Saving Mom, because I can't keep up with everything. So I can't keep up with all the social medias. There's just a lot of them. So anyway, that's what I want to share with you today. And if you missed yesterday, I talked about the fact that we are headed to South Africa this afternoon. Yay! I'm so excited. We will be getting into Johannesburg tomorrow, and it's an 8-hour time difference, and so we'll be getting in early, like late afternoon, which will be more morning tomorrow. But my plan is that I'm hoping to be able to scope from South Africa, but the Wi-Fi is it's fairly sketchy there, and I won't have much access to it. So if the Wi-Fi is good enough, if I have time, and if I'm able to get Periscope to pull up on the Wi-Fi, then I'm going to try to check in the evenings, which will be the mornings there, here, but it just really depends. So I'm making no promises because I don't know what I can promise yet until I get there and see what the Wi-Fi is like and how it works with Periscope. So, but I will be posting on Instagram. So if you want to follow along with our trip and you want to see pictures from our trip, go to instagram.com/themoneysavingmom and be sure to follow, and you'll be able to follow along with our journey. We're bringing our 3 kids. They have never traveled internationally. My husband has only traveled about 5 hours outside of the U.S., so this is a big trip for him as well, and we are just very excited for what lies ahead. And there's some anxiousness, but we're also really excited about being able to go there, and I'm so excited to get to go back and introduce my kids and my husband to the beautiful country and the beautiful people, and we're just excited to see what God has for this trip. So anyway, that's that, and I will be, I have a wonderful assistant who is running Money Saving Mom for me while I'm gone, and I'm hoping also to post on there a few times and share more in depth than I can share on Instagram, but we will just see, because again, I'm just making no promises, because like we talked about, I've learned that it's better to not make big promises and then just see what happens and see if I'm able to have enough Wi-Fi and time to be able to blog. So anyway, but be sure to follow me on Instagram, and when I check back in, you know what? Oh, actually, I might do a scope in a little while, a really quick scope, because I wanted to show you how we were packing for a 15-hour flight. So I might, if I have time, hop on and do that. But otherwise, I will see you maybe when I'm in South Africa. And if not, I will see you back here next week when I'm back on American soil for more morning motivation. So thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day.